BBL 851, turn right, heading 180. Order 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
It has certainly been a week full of ups and downs within the aviation industry, and today the news surrounds relatively sad news coming out of big European carrier, and also that being an airline that is a part of the Lufthansa group, that being none other than Swiss. The airline has announced some major changes and restructuring that will come into effect in the coming years, following the emergence of the global pandemic, and sadly with news of this up-and-coming restructure, the airline will therefore say goodbye to all of its 5 Airbus A340-300s that fly on long-haul services. The Airbus A340s have an average age within their fleet of some 18 years, and the carrier has already in the past removed 10 with just 5 of the type remaining. At the time of recording, 3 of the 5 are currently active, with the other 2 units parked up. Overall, the airline will reduce its fleet by a total of 15% and will see their short-haul to medium-haul aircraft reduced from an original 69 aircraft to 59. This specifically will be made possible thanks to the withdrawal of the Airbus A320 family, and also a reduction, the airline says, in wet lease operations. Meanwhile, the long-haul fleet for the airline currently stands at 31, and a total of 26 will eventually remain in the future, with, as mentioned, the Airbus A340 departing, a now dying quad jet sadly headed for the chopping board. The Swiss CEO commented on the changes, noting, "Unfortunately, the situation remains challenging in the extreme and continues to demand rigorous costs, discipline and efficiency. We are convinced, though, that with the restructuring we envisage, we would emerge from the crisis all the stronger and all the more able to return Swiss to sustainable success in a new normal." The airline will, in addition, see a further 780 employees roughly impacted by these changes that come from aircraft, with ground personnel, cabin crew, and also cockpit personnel, all being affected by the various changes and major restructuring. Swiss is not, however, the first airline that is making changes to its fleet, and certainly not the first within the Lufthansa group, with the biggest carrier, that being Lufthansa, having made wholesale changes to their own long-haul operations in recent months, with the departure of the 747-400, Airbus A380, and in the future, the A340, which we've just seen Swiss announce they will be retiring. How Lufthansa will be looked at moving forward when it comes to their long-haul units. The same is now going to happen with Swiss and of course other airlines in the future that are making all these changes. When speaking on the fleet changes, the CEO said, "Reach includes a corporate resizing and transformation that should achieve sustainable overall cost savings of some CHF 500 million. Our aim is to repay our bank loans as promptly as possible and to sustainably retain our competitive credentials and regain our ability to invest." I should add that the Reach, if you will, is a new strategic program that is being introduced. If you have any thoughts on the situation with Swiss and the retirement of the Airbus A340, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below, and thank you very much for your continued support. I will see you next time.